Now, this portion isn't necessarily something that's going to show while you're selecting your plans, but it is definitely something that you should be aware of, and definitely something you can look up and have a good understanding of just by doing a little bit of research. And that is being in-network versus out-of-network. So, what is in-network? Basically, that means with your insurance plan, that specific provider is deemed to be part of that plan. They accept that plan versus out-of-network, meaning that under that specific plan that you have, that provider is not eligible to receive that insurance. Or if they are, it's under a much, much more different benefit. So let's make a little bit more of an understanding of what in-network versus out-of-network is and how that applies to you. Let's look at all these guys here. We have 6 people down here, and they're all different medical providers. Let's say they're all PTs, right? We're a PT place, so these are all different PTs. Now, with your specific plan, the more premier, higher level plan is going to have the highest amount of in-network providers, meaning that under Plan A, you can go and take your pick from any of these 6 providers. All provide the same level of coverage that's under your plan. It's a locked-in thing. Now, under Plan B, that network might shrink. You could only see 4 out of these 6 providers. So, you're paying a little bit less, your coverage and who's able to accept it goes down a little bit. Then under Plan C, that kind of least expensive plan, you might be able to get 1 or 2 of these providers in. Basically saying that on the higher level plans, you have more access and more choice in your healthcare providers versus on the lower level plans, this network shrinks. So where you'll see a lot of this, especially on the Plan C, is if you see the words HMO next to that lower seed plan, there's a good chance that you have less in-network providers and your preferred provider might be out of network. We're going to talk about how that applies and what the problem is with that next. One of the other things to consider versus if your provider is in-network versus out-of-network. Out-of-network doesn't necessarily mean you can't see that provider. Under some circumstances, you can. But if you can see them out-of-network, it is generally much, much more expensive. Either an out-of-network deductible, what that out-of-pocket cost for you to go see that provider is much, much higher. It might be a higher copay, a higher co-insurance. Basically, if you're able to see a provider that's out-of-network under your plan, expect it either you can't see them at all or it's going to be more expensive than your in-network providers. So again, looking to see, and again, each plan that you look up, you can look up the specific provider that you like going to. If you're changing insurances and you have a PT, a GP, whatever that you, a dentist, even under dental plans that you've gone and seen forever and you want to keep seeing them, do your due diligence and make sure that they're in network, because out of network you can run into a lot of trouble.